chilly night tonight. Hello everybody, this is Storyboard Ed here, and for this video, I'm reacting. Actually, let me set it. Okay, we're gonna start the recording now. Phone here. Top 100 movies. Alright, I'm gonna start the list off. Okay, the top 100 movies. And what are my thoughts and what I get from them, basically. The first one we're going to go over is The Shawshank Redemption. I hadn't had a chance to see the film, so I don't know much about that one. I've seen parodies on it, and I think it's like a prison escape movie, and it has Morgan Freeman in it. I thought that was interesting, but I haven't seen it yet. The Godfather, number 2. I've seen a little bit of The Godfather. I find it to be okay. I've seen parodies of it too, like for example, The God Thumb. Ooh, I think that's pretty funny. The God Thumb. I think I'll laugh out that one. The Dark Knight, which is number 3, which is genuinely a personal favorite of mine. One of my favorite superhero movies. I like the Joker in it. Did a good job. It was a good movie. It was a solid film. Probably the best out of the Christopher Nolan Batman saga. For me, would be Dark Knight. That would be my favorite. The third installment was good, but the second installment was probably the best for me, at least. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Yeah, that's a solid film in its own right. I like the Lord of the Rings saga. I have to rewatch it at some point. Last time I watched it was probably, like, the whole series was probably back in the 2000s, late 2000s. I mean, I watched it a lot, and then I kind of stopped, like, late 2000s, and I haven't done a rewatch. But I'd like to do a rewatch at some point of the Lord of the Rings, because that's a great trilogy, excellent trilogy. Schindler's List. I saw that more recently. And I thought it was a quite emotional movie when I watched it and stuff, with Nazis and the Holocaust being part of the premise, and just watching it was, wow, very emotional kind of movie. And Liam Neeson does a great job as the character he played, which was based on a true hero during that period of time. Godfather Part 2. Like, I saw a little bit of The Godfather, but I haven't really seen Part 2, so I don't really have much of a reference for that. Now, 12 Angry Men. I have not seen this movie, but I've seen many things that reflect 12 Angry Men. Like I've read the premise of what 12 Angry Men is, where it's basically about, like, a trial and these people that have to decide on whether something is, like, somebody's guilty or not guilty. I think that's the main premise of 12 Angry Men. Don't get me wrong, it's probably a great film. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the satires. Family Guy's done 12 Angry Men. I've seen different shows do different, TV versions of this premise, and I gotta say, I like the TV version. at some point I got to see 12 Angry Men, which is number 7 on this list. That'd be top notch. Ooh, Pulp Fiction. I did see that one. It's a crazy movie. I gotta say, I've seen it like with John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, and the characters are like wacky, just wacky. And the dancing sequence in the film, hilarious. I got laughed out of it. There's some serious parts, but I just found it more humorous than anything else. Inception. For me, I saw the movie and I thought it was just okay. It's a lot to unravel, and just because the movie's got a complicated premise, in my opinion, doesn't necessarily make it amazing. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make it awesome. I thought the movie was okay. You know? Leonardo DiCaprio and I believe at the time she's called Ellen Page, now she's called Elliot Page. He's called Elliot Page. And the film was really good. But in a lot of ways it left you like really thinking like, okay, wait, are they in the dream? Are they not in the dream? You know, that whole premise. You know, basically. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, any Lord of the Rings movie, top notch. Like, all 3 of them. I like them. Number 11, Fight Club. I have seen Fight Club, and I did enjoy the film. I like the twist where it was all in this guy's head. Like the character he had in it. The Brad Pitt's character is just all in Edward Norton's head. The character he plays. I like that. Then we're done Lord of the Rings again with 12. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. I found that film to be really good. The Fellowship is the first film, and that's top notch. Forrest Gump, I've seen several times over. It's very enjoyable. I always get emotional at the last scene where Forrest finally gets the girl of his dreams, Jenny. That's the way he says it. And he loses her. But they had a kid together. And he gets the kid, you know. He gets to take care of the kid. You know, he at least gets that. He doesn't necessarily get much time with the person he wanted to be with, but in the end he at least gets, you know, someone. So, in that respect, I really think the Forrest Gump had a kind of an uplifting ending, you know. And I liked how the CGI was used in the film, Forrest Gump. I really enjoyed the way it was shot. Like for example, when he meets JFK and shakes his hand and says, "I really gotta go pee." Back to recording. I think my screen just fudged up. I'm back recording again. Okay. And Forrest is just like, I have to go pee. To JFK, there's a scene there, CGI. And then there's one where he sees John Lennon. Yeah, I enjoyed those, how they used footage like that. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I saw a little bit of that film. Like, that would be a full watch at some point. The Matrix, 1999, is number 15 on this list. And for me, The Matrix is very good. I enjoyed the first film, but the sequel and the third one kind of took me out of it. I was not really that invested with the characters past the first one. And then I saw recently the reboot one. I think it was The Matrix. I think it's called Resurrection. I think it's called. And it was just, you know. I feel like there's a point where there's some movies that, in my opinion, just don't need to be trilogies. They just don't. For me, Matrix would probably be one of them, where the first one does its job, but You know, just they stretch anything anymore into trilogies. And I am, for some reason, my screen is stopping here. For gosh sake, it needs to stop doing that. I need to keep my finger over it to keep it alive or something. Because I just had to restart recording on my phone again. So Star Wars episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Very solid film. I enjoyed the original Star Wars saga. So yeah. 18, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That film is very enjoyable. I saw that one all the way through a while back. It's very emotional. What's his name? He's been in so many movies. Jack Nicholson. He plays this guy who's in this crazy a place that deals with people that have mental issues, a psychiatric kind of facility, and he is trying to escape. And unfortunately, it doesn't go very well for him. But you know, I did find the film was very enjoyable. Interstellar, I have not seen that film. I've heard good things about it, but I've just not seen it. This one's number 20, City of God. No idea about this film. No, I gotta tell you, I'm filming this and it's getting darker and darker as I'm going through this list. I've got to get into number 21, Spirited Away. I got to get into some of these cartoon movies, you know, some of the ones that are meant for adults and stuff, or more than just, you know, kids. I should check them out because I do like cartoon stuff, but I don't get a chance to really watch a lot of that. Number 22 and 23 are Tom Hanks movies. 22 is Saving Private Ryan. I saw that movie and I thought the way they depicted the war was wow, very visually, just takes you right in. And at the end of it, it's very emotional with Tom Hanks' character passing away. But you'd think that he'd lived. You thought that for the whole movie, the big twist is like who the old man actually is, I believe. You know, like you think it's one person, like you think it was Tom Hanks' character. No, it wasn't. The old man was not. He was twist. It was Matt Damon's character. That was who the old man was the whole time. The Green Mile, I could kind of say the same thing a little bit, but it's not mysterious. Like there's an old man at the very end, and his curse is basically the fact that he lives way longer than anybody else. He's part of the Green Mile execution thing. And there's this magical inmate who, very muscular, and he has this ability to heal people, and unfortunately he takes the brute force of the electric chair, and he could have freed himself, I think, or he could have had the truth come forward and been saving, but he chose not to. That was interesting premise. I've not seen Life is Beautiful. 24. No, I've not seen that one. I do want to see 7 because I remember the scene. I've seen like clips of it where what's in the box. Now there's some classics I've never seen. I have seen 2 Terminator movies. I think just 2. 1 and 2. That's it. So Judgment Day, I enjoyed that one a little bit more than the first one. Hasta la vista kind of stuff. I thought that was good. I thought Terminator 2 Judgment Day was slightly better than the original Terminator. Yeah. 27 Silence of the Lambs. I haven't seen that one. Gotta check that out sometimes. Sometime I gotta check that out. Star Wars, number 28, Star Wars, the first Star Wars movie. I think that would be. I gotta rewatch the original Star Wars trilogy. That'd be awesome to do at some point. Hikari, number 29. Reading it, sounds interesting, but I've not heard of this one till now. Seven Samurai, I actually watched a little bit of that. Actually, about half of it. And I believe that it's basically about hiring a. From what I gathered from seeing about half of it, I gotta see the rest of it at some point. Is basically that this village hires a samurai, and he gets his team together, and it's kind of like the Magnificent Seven. It's basically the Magnificent Seven, but before the Magnificent Seven, I think, was ever made. So I believe Seven Samurai set that standard. I believe. It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, I've seen that movie like 3 or 4 times. I really get a kick out of that movie. I like how James Stewart portrays this lovable character who gets a level of frustration with his life, but then has to sort it out, basically, and at the end he realizes everything's okay. Wonderful Life, number 32 is Parasite. I thought Parasite looked interesting in the trailer and stuff. I have not seen that movie. I gotta check that out sometime. 33, Whiplash. Ooh, I can definitely recommend Whiplash. For me, Whiplash was one of those movies that kept you on the edge of your seat because it's about an instructor and a student, and the student really wants to be good at music. Really good. I believe it's the drums that he really wants to be good at. And the instructor just pushes him and pushes him, and builds the conflict, and the ending, the way it's dealt with, and how the drummer student perseveres is really inspiring. I really enjoyed Whiplash. The Intouchables. Yeah, I had not seen Intouchables. I've never heard of them. I have seen The Prestige, though, and that movie, after I saw it, left me questioning a lot. Basically, it's these 2 people and magicians, basically. The competing magicians is what I got from the film, and in The Prestige, in their competition, the whole secret. It's Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, and these are spoilers from what I remember of seeing the film. I saw it like once, and the movie stuck with me a little bit. Basically, with this film, Christian Bale has like a twin brother, and that's how he's able to pull off the trick. While Hugh Jackman is able to actually clone himself. And while cloning himself, in order for the trick to work, for gosh sake, this recorder is sucking today. It really is. It's like stopping and going and turning off. I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing today. It's pissing me off, to be honest with you, because I'm trying to make this video. Okay. Basically, Hugh Jackman has cloned himself, and it's either him or the clone will die in order to make the trick work, and he's willing to sacrifice that. You never know. Which makes it like a what the fuck, kind of an act. If I have to clone and kill my clones for the trick to work, it ain't worth it. There's a kind of a convoluted plot, I gotta say, anyways. The Departed, I saw that one, and it was quite the cast, a big time cast. got Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg. Great cast, and certain characters you might like don't last in this movie. It's just the way it's played out. Like, if you like a character, no guarantees that they make it to the end. Just putting that out there. The Pianist, I've never seen that one in 37. Gladiator, I've seen that one. That was a very good action movie. Very good. American History X. That movie played on prejudiceness. Asking the question about that. It's just like how it spread. Racism. Stuff like that. It touches on that aspect. And it's very... The final sequence really kind of brings it home for the film. Like, you get what you give in this world. So that's how I phrase it. 40, The Usual Suspects. I've not seen that film, so I can't really say much on it. 41, Leon the Professional. No, I've not seen that film. I have seen The Lion King. I think the first time I saw it was like when I was a little kid, and like my parents got like a car that had like the promotion was the Lion King DVD came with it, I believe, and I watched it on there as they were driving. Watched The Lion King, so that was my first introduction to seeing The Lion King, and the cartoon version is my favorite, personal favorite of a lot of the Disney animated films. Cinema Paradiso. Yeah, I've not seen that one, but it seems like it has a lot to do with the movies and cinema, and I think I'd have to see that at some point. Cinema Paradiso. It's a 1988 film. I gotta check that out sometime. 44, Grave of the Fireflies. Cartoon movie. I gotta check that out sometime. Back to the Future. I like the Back to the Future saga. Personally, I think Back to the Future is a fun movie. I think it's probably the best of the Back to the Future saga. Probably is the first one, sets the standard. Though there's some aspects of it that are a little bit kind of cringy. That's why I'm phrasing it. Like his mom falling in love with him. That was a bit much. I'm gonna be honest with you, that was a bit much in the movie, but you know, the way the film was shot, and I like time travel stuff, so for the most part, I like the first one a lot. The second one was really solid, and the third one was really good too. So it was a great trilogy. I don't think there should be a Back to the Future 4. Just putting that out there, or a remake, because I feel like the original trilogy does enough. They want to remake everything. I wouldn't be surprised if they remake Back to the Future at some point. I'm not surprised. I did see Apocalypse Now. It was quite the war movie. And I got this box set that's like all the different versions of Apocalypse Now. Like, the director of this movie released several different versions of this film in this 4K box set, and it's just, it's like, whoa, that's a lot to take in. I think the original version, I watched that all the way through, but all the alternate versions that they got, and I think the only difference between some of the alternate versions and in like the original is like scene placement stuff, and then including the box set is called Final Cut. So there's even another version on top. So it's like they did so many cuts with that. It's like, come on. I did see the first Alien film. I thought it was okay. I did not see Once Upon a Time in the West, which is number 48, but not get a chance to see that one. I did see 49, Psycho. I liked that one a lot. I liked how the film was about Norman. It had kind of a weird premise with lots of twists. So basically, this girl, she goes to this hotel. She's more like, she's a woman. I'm gonna start again. Okay. 49, Psycho. I think my favorite Alfred Hitchcock film. You know. Basically, there's this woman. She's running away with money that she took from her boss, I believe, and didn't deal with it the way she was supposed to. And she goes to this hotel, and the guy there is very nice. His name's Norman Bates, but he ends up killing her off, dressed as his mother. The twist is that his mother isn't alive. It's him pretending to be his mother. And he didn't kill the girl for the money, the woman for the money. He just killed her because he's kind of insane. Well, basically insane. But the film is very enjoyable, very well put together. Cinematography is amazing in Psycho. Rear Window with Jimmy Stewart. It's a good horror movie that I've seen twice now. I've seen this one. I've also seen all the satires that they've done. Like, for instance, the 70s Show did a version where Fez is got to be put in a wheelchair because of his he injured himself in this Halloween episode, and the whole episode is kind of a nod to Alfred Hitchcock. So yeah. And I'm dedicated to trying to get this video done, but darker and darker towards the outside. I'm going to move the camera again, hoping that my recording is still going through. Okay, I think it is. 51 is Casablanca. Oh, I like that one. It's a good black and white movie, and Ingrid Bergman and Humphrey Bogart. They do a great job. It's kind of a romance movie, basically. And at the end, she has to get on a plane. He's like, "You get on that plane or else you'll regret it." Something like that. And she does. It's one of those love stories where there's not much of a great win for the leads. Necessarily. The romance just is not going to happen. It's a nice way of phrasing it. 52. Modern Times. Modern Times. Yeah. Trying to find a good spot to be. It is getting... Well, I started filming it. There was a little bit of light out. It's not happening anymore. Number 52 is Modern Times. Okay, I'm trying to readjust now. Again, and I gotta keep my finger on the screen or else I'm gonna lose it. So, we'll try from here. Put the camera up. Okay. Number 52 is Modern Times. I do like Charlie Chaplin's films. I find him enjoyable. Modern Times is a very creative film that he put together, and all of the ones that he put together, I really have a level of creativity. I don't think his films that he's put out there have really dipped in quality, to be honest with you. City Lights, another Charlie Chaplin film. It's very good. Charlie Chaplin, like I said, he does a really good job. 54, Caper Nam. I have not seen that one. Number 55, Joker. There's a lot of superhero films out there, but Joker is kind of like a good anti-hero kind of story, and the way it was done, it's definitely getting a sequel. I heard Lady Gaga's going to play Harley Quinn, so that's cool. 56, Your Name. It looks like a animated movie. Probably good. I did see Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, and it basically did what Spider-Man No Way Home did, just in animated form, and with more Spider-Man. I kind of wonder, did it do Spider-Man No Way Home better than No Way Home did? Probably about equal. Avengers Endgame, I was actually in the theaters for this one. And Infinity War, which is number 58 and 59. And, yeah, I was in the theater for both of them. And, I got a kick out of them. But they're also long to sit through. Really long to sit through. Hurt your butt sitting through those films, I'll tell you that much. Coco, yes, I've seen this film, and it's a good, it's got a good story. It's got a very good, lighthearted story, but it's also got some dark themes to it, and it's kind of sad. But it touches on a culture that, at least Mexican culture, the Day of the Dead, that is a holiday that gets celebrated. The Django Unchained, I've seen that one too. That's dope. Django Unchained. It's a Western where slave gets free and gets revenge in a lot of ways. Basically. Top Gun Maverick. That's already on the list here, and it's very new. It's like this year's. It's not even released out on Blu-ray till the end of this month. To be honest with you. I have not seen it yet, and I heard it was really good, so it's probably earned a place on the greatest film list already. Well, not surprised. From what I've heard review-wise of it, people have loved it in theaters. 63, The Dark Knight Rises, which is, I believe, the third Christopher Nolan Batman film. It's solid. It's a solid film, but it's, in my opinion, like the first one was good. Really good. The second one was excellent. The third one was okay. 64, Three Idiots. With a title like that, I'd have to check that one out. 65, Wall-E. Yeah, I saw that one. I thought it was just okay. It was okay. 66, Lives of Others. Again, okay. I've not seen that one. Old Boy, I've heard about different versions of this film. Like there's I think the original was in 2000s. Then they did a couple of remakes of that one. Whatever the premise of is, I just remember seeing that title on different things. And remakes. Memento, I know that this one's a popular one. I mean, I've seen parodies of it. It's basically a mystery thriller that someone's trying to piece together, like how they got where they are. I believe the way the story is told is all over, from what I've heard. 69, American Beauty. I've seen that one too, and I thought it was okay. It had interesting imagery. That's a nice way of phrasing it. I have not seen Number 70, another animated film. Yeah, I've missed quite a few of those. 71, Braveheart. Yes, I've definitely seen this one. A Mel Gibson classic. And he's made a lot of war movies. Just putting it out there. A lot of war movies. 72, Come and See. I've not seen that one. An 80s movie, alright. Aliens. I think the sequel to the first Alien movie. It's probably good. I don't doubt that. Amadeus. I should probably check that out sometime. That'd probably be cool. 75, Indiana Jones. That is a saga I have seen. I've seen that trilogy. It is a good trilogy. Solid trilogy. The Boat, 1981. Solid movie probably, but I've not seen that one. The Shining. Next one over is The Shining. Shining. I'm going to readjust the camera here as I go through the next one. Just trying to finish up this video, try to be creative. But quite frankly, my lighting is just kind of left. As you're watching this, don't be surprised if it just becomes a list at this point. I think that's what I'm going to do for the last bit of it. So as I'm looking here, going through the final part of the list, I'll have it up on screen here and stuff, but yeah, you probably won't see me visually for the last bit of it. I'm just putting it out there because my light is gone. My lighting is just left. Alright? Okay. The Shining, okay? There's a good, solid horror film. I know I saw that one a while ago. It's a big ass spider. Damn. Moving it. And here. Shining is a good horror film with Jack Nicholson playing a man who progressively goes crazy in this hotel and kills off people. Well, actually kills off, I think, one guy in the film. But the way he loses his mind is quite paranormal, creepy. High and Low, I've not seen that one. I've heard Doctor Strangelove is a solid film, which is number 79, but I've not seen that. 80, I've not seen. 81, no. I have seen 82, Sunset Boulevard, and it's one of those movies that starts at the end and then shows how they got there, kind of deal. It's a solid film for that. Very enjoyable. Great Dictator, that was a Charlie Chaplin film, and whenever Charlie Chaplin does a film, he really puts together something really solid. I think The Dictator is a solid satire of issues at the time. That's the way of phrasing it. 84, The Hunt. I don't think I saw that one. Toy Story 3, number 85. I've seen like the first two Toy Story movies, and I think I saw a little bit of the third. But anymore, I've outgrown that demographic, let's put it that way. The people that see the Toy Story movies, it's just not my cup of tea. 86, Glorious Bastards, I've heard it's really good. I've seen some clips of it, but I have not seen the full movie. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I watched that movie, and it's just... I know it's probably got like a really deep message that you gotta analyze and really put together. And after I watched it, I was really going, wait, what? Plenty of times. To be honest with you, it's one of those movies that you probably got to see about 3 times to understand the movie. To really try to understand the movie. I think the first time is just to go, wait, what? The second time is to go, okay, wait, now I'm seeing how this goes together. And the third time is just to try to make sense of it. Requiem for a Dream, number 88. I mean, it's a well put together movie, but it's definitely quite crude. It gets very crude at the end. That's a nice way of phrasing it. Good Will Hunting, 89. Top-notch film. Robin Williams does a great job in a more serious scale, in this film. In 90, we're at Toy Story, the first Toy Story film. Love that one. Toy Story 2 was very good. Reservoir Dogs, I have not seen. Once Upon a Time in America, I have not seen. Star Wars Return of the Jedi, the original trilogy. I've seen the original trilogy, and it's very good. 2001: Space Odyssey, I saw a bit of that. That was quite the sci-fi film. Lawrence of Arabia, I saw that one's very amazingly shot. For a film back when it's been restored considerably over the years. North by Northwest, I saw that one. That was a great Alfred Hitchcock film with what was his name? It says here, Cary Grant. Yes, he gives out a great performance. Vertigo, James Stewart goes all out in a film where he basically has to fight vertigo, which is, I believe, is kind of like a dizziness and kind of thing that makes you lose your balance. And that's got to be a lot. I have seen 98 like a lot, Singing in the Rain. I've seen that about 6 times at least. It is a personal favorite of mine. I like musicals. And I don't know if I saw this on the best list, but Wizard of Oz I definitely recommend because I used to get that on VHS, and that was an amazing film too. So yeah, Singing in the Rain, that's up there with Wizard of Oz for me. Citizen Kane, I had to watch that for a school project, and I thought that was a solid film. M, I have not seen M. At some point, probably should. But yeah, that's the list for you. I tried to go through them for this video and stuff, get through all this, and yeah. I hope you all enjoy. Yeah. Had fun while it lasted. I thank you all for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to wrap it up now. It's way too dark to film at this point. Unless I draw some lights, and I'm not doing that. Have a great night. Have a good one.